Hey my 7 hours folks, welcome back to another video. We're continuing on with drilling and tapping the last few broken bolts. In the last video you saw the steps I used. I won't go into depth in this video, we'll just proceed with business as usual.
Handle for the tap holder dropped out. Need to get my socket to take that further. Be right back. See if we can get any further in there. It looks like it, guys. And that is our final broken bolt, guys.
I'm so glad to finally be done with broken bolts. You don't know how many weekends that took for me, even the ones that I didn't do on camera. Besides the demolition phase of doing a boat job, the next best part is putting everything back together, at least for me, especially if I get to put on new parts. Before we start putting the engine back together, we need to get rid of any old seal that still might be on the mating surface. I use a razor blade, some acetone, and 150 grit sandpaper to get rid of that. There were also some burrs on it when I got a bit handsy with the grinder, so sandpaper came in handy for that. You will always hear me say I'm not a professional, so things I do may not be the right way to do things. This is my motor and it's old. I've had it for many years, so I have no issue with trying things, testing them out, and if they fail, redoing it another way. There's many ways to fix a problem. I applied a very thin layer of gasket shellac to all of the mating surfaces just to give the gasket a helping hand. Now, the shellac is rated for 350 degrees. I don't believe the engine block will get to that if it's running properly. So hopefully this works out. If not, then we just take it apart, get a new gasket, put it back together. That's what test runs are for. I went with all new bolts. I didn't want to use any of the old bolts as most of them had corrosion on them already. And I just didn't want them to break again if I started to crank down on them too hard. All of the bolt holes are labeled with numbers on the exhaust cover. I've also looked up the manual and confirmed that these numbers correspond to the bolting schedule that they want you to adhere to when bolting the exhaust cover back on. I'm using Quicksilver's 24C as a bit of grease on every bolt that I put in. And make sure I put in a liberal amount just to give me a chance at getting that bolt out the next time I have to remove it. Hopefully the grease doesn't just get hard and turn into glue. Yamaha's service manual for this particular motor calls for 2 rounds of tightening when it comes to the exhaust covers bolts. First round, 4 Newton meters or 2.9 foot-pounds. The second round, 8 Newton meters or 5.8 foot-pounds. In my case, my torque wrench doesn't go that low. The lowest it goes is 10 Newton meters. So for me, my first round was snug up by hand. My second round was 10 Newton meters. When tightening bolt rounds, I use tightening schedule outlined in the service manual. That's all we'll get to in this video. Until the next video, thanks for watching.